Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Princess of Swords, you are a lifelong learner. I feel like you're somebody who has really learned how to learn. I feel like you probably started reading or talking at a very young age. Spirit's saying like you developed quickly when you were a baby, right? That you started talking and reading earlier than most kids, I think. And I think that you've been you've been someone very interested in information for a long time. I think you're probably self-educated. Maybe you went to school and university, maybe you have a degree or something, but I find that it's your thirst for knowledge, it is your inquisitive nature that has really brought you the most wisdom, okay? And I feel like right now you're learning something. You're still on this path of learning, and I feel like you understand how to learn. Okay, let's put this card into a little bit of context. Let's see what's going on here. We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. Oh, Tower moment. A Tower moment, very nice. And look, we have a Knight of Wands. We have the Two of Swords. We have the Universe. And we have the Chariot. Over here we have an Ace of Wands. See, that's where we are breaking. This is a breakthrough. It's closer than you think. We have a Princess of Wands. We have the Art or Temperance card and the Hierophant, of course, your superpower card. That is the card that rules the sign of Taurus. It is your card, okay? And so to me, it really feels like we are breaking through in this level of experience, of knowledge, of learning. You're becoming the master. You're becoming the expert. You are breaking through this this realm. Maybe you're trying to sort of penetrate into a new industry. Maybe you're trying to learn a new skill, or you're trying to develop your technique on a new path, and you're getting there. The breakthrough is happening, and that Taurus Hierophant at the end really proves it, okay? That you are learning. Breakthrough moment, you become the master, right? The apprentice becomes the master here. Spirit saying that there has been a new birth in the family, or there's been a new addition to the family, and there's a new bundle of joy somewhere close to you, right? Congratulations to whoever is the receiver of that. Let's select our mystery card, the bonus card, the confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and we're going to set it down right here with our very own Kelly Kapoor right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. Let's take a look around the room. We have major, a lot of major arcana energies. Okay, a lot of major arcana energies. And it is truly through your discipline, your commitment, your self-control, your devotion, your loyalty to this path, to this learning that you're doing, that is really transferring you over to this Hierophant. It's kind of like the Chariot here is the bridge between you as a student and you as a master. And just because you become this master, right, with the Hierophant, doesn't mean that you're going to be expected to teach. But it's sort of like, it's Spirit's way of saying that you are reaching a particular level of development here where you do have something to share with the world, okay? And it's kind of like the best teachers are the ones that have been through all of it and have experienced all of it and now feel this sort of responsibility almost to pass that wisdom on to the next generation, to the people that are coming up behind them, okay? You're standing on the shoulders of giants, and I think that other people are climbing up you to stand on your shoulders, and it's kind of like you are a very necessary link in the chain of wisdom and growth and development here, and the evolution of consciousness as a whole in this universe. Okay, and I think that's a very heavy responsibility. Yeah. We have a lot of major arcana energies, all right, and I think this breakthrough is really is a lot closer than you think. Okay, and we've got a lot of fire, fire, fire. We don't have any water. We've got air and air. We don't even have any earth energy. To me, it feels like this is something that you have been applying yourself to. And I don't know that this is intellectual knowledge. I don't know if this is it's not book learning necessarily, right? I feel like it's more life experience. I feel like it's more, it's not so much a university course and then you get a certificate. I feel like this is experience. This is knowing through doing and through experiencing. Okay, we've got the Two of Swords in the background position. I feel like you realize the limitation to traditional learning, traditional knowledge and pathways. I feel like you went to university, but maybe you didn't finish. I feel like you realize the limitation of sort of formal education, and I think that you valued kind of getting out there and doing the thing. That maybe you were realizing that the university education or that kind of formal academic learning is good to get your foot in the door. It's good to understand the science behind whatever it is that you want to do in life. But the real growth, the real development, the real mastery comes through you doing the thing. Right? So we're in school long enough to kind of figure it out, how to do, to get a grounding, to get maybe a foundational knowledge. But then we're out here with this Knight of Wands just doing the thing, trusting in this, forward moving. This is a rather impulsive card. This is a cardinal energy. This is the energy that says, I cannot wait to get out there in the world and start doing this thing. I like learning about it, sure. I'm going to like doing it even more. Right? So I feel like the breakthrough here for you is to realize that to make this transition, one, from the sort of formal education or the academic side of it to the just getting out there in the field and doing it, right? We could read about horses all day long, but you're not going to learn to ride unless you ride, and so I feel like you're letting yourself get sort of swept away into this new world of yours. And it does feel like it's opening up a lot of doors for you. It feels like you're breaking through into a life, into a world, a universe that you never knew existed. Okay, and I don't know if this is Spirit saying something about you being on TV, or I don't think you're an actor. I think it's like you're on a game show or you're on the news or something like this. Because I see you kind of getting interviewed or someone's asking you a question. But maybe this is kind of maybe you are breaking through into this new world that you didn't know anything about, and you could read about it all day, but until you actually get there and do it, you don't know what it's like. Right? And so I don't know what that industry is or what that world is, but this is that new universe for you. You're breaking through to a new realm. Okay? It's kind of like, I don't know, maybe you are an actor, and it's kind of like we can study acting, we can act locally, we can just kind of do the thing and learn about it, but this is like you're breaking into the big time. And I think the Tower moment is really this, it's kind of a breakthrough where you're going from somebody who is sort of curious about something, wants to learn about it, is intrigued by it, to someone who's actually living there doing it. Okay? And I think that really is like a big shift, right? And it's bringing you a whole new experience of life. You're realizing that there is a whole other world out there that we didn't know anything about, and you're living there now. And you're learning, and you're doing it, and you're functioning within that existence. Okay, you like romantic comedies or something. Spirit's saying to mention the romantic comedy movie. Maybe it's one that you saw recently or something that I don't know the bearing on. Sometimes these details come through, and I don't know if they're directly related to the reading or if it's just kind of someone sending a message through. But the Tower moment to me feels like we are unleashing ourselves. We're realizing that this is what we want to do, and we're having this breakthrough that says, I'm going to let my true self out. And what happens when the Tower comes down? Well, our inhibitions go away, right? We're sort of shaking up our world. We're realizing that if I want to be who I am, if I want to reach my true self, I got to get through the doubt. I got to stop limiting myself. I got to stop finding excuses. I got to let all the bricks fall away. And what happens when the tower comes down is your true will is revealed. The tower is just all the bricks and mortar that are preventing you from expressing your true will. Your spirit is being imprisoned in this tower. So the breakthrough is you letting this creative self out and saying, if this is something that you want to go do it. Let yourself out. Because I feel like it's down here under the surface. It's like the horse is chomping at the bit, and you're trying to contain this fiery energy that says, just let me out, let me loose, let me go riding. Okay, let me get carried away. But it's down underneath this conscious energy. And of course the tower is that energy that we kind of we make these excuses. We sort of build this protective wall around us. We keep ourselves locked up in a tower. And this breakthrough becomes the moment where that tower comes down. We're just tearing the walls down. We're removing all of this crust that's around our creative energy, and we're letting that fire out. Okay, letting that true spirit out here, that the enthusiasm, the zest, and the zeal for this world. Okay, and I don't know necessarily what you're doing, but I feel that there is a certain discipline and a certain loyalty and a devotion that is required here. It's kind of like saying this is not going to be an easy path. Not going to be an easy path. Also, who's the person with the P name? I don't know if it feels like an ancestor energy. Okay, it's somebody that has passed into spirit, but I'm getting the letter P for you. Okay. It's not going to be an easy path. It's going to be something that requires discipline. It requires commitment. It requires repetition. It requires you kind of, in a way, staying in that lane. You're breaking through into this new world, and you've got to stay focused. You've got to pay your dues. You got to do the work. You got to work hard. You got to learn. You got to travel the road in order to learn how to drive, And so this is just the way our horse is. Like if you want to learn how to ride a horse, you don't read about it. You get on the horse and ride. If you want to learn how to drive the car, you can read the manuals. You can read the little DMV booklet, which is surprisingly thin. Anyway, it used to be when I got my license. It's probably thicker now. But the real experience comes from being on the road behind the wheel, doing the thing, and doing it slowly and doing it carefully at first until you get better and better and better and better. And you reach that level of mastery that's kind of like you would be considered an expert by any measure. Okay? And it takes loyalty, and it takes a devotion, it takes a discipline and a self-control to do that hard work and gain that experience. Anyone can become a master, okay? But only those that have the discipline and the commitment that really want it are actually going to do it. Other people, they'll say, yeah, I could, but I just don't want to. And yes, that's very true. I think that is a true statement. Anybody can. Most people don't really, really want to. If they really, really want to, you'll have the chariot, devotion, and loyalty and commitment, and the discipline to keep doing it, and to do it slowly. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, right? And that brings us over here to the Ace of Wands, because this Ace of Wands is your spiritual energy flowing out from you with no restrictions, uninhibited. You're doing the thing that you really want to do, that you believe is meant for you, that is resonating with you. You are penetrating into that world that you have always been intrigued by, curious about. Okay. I'm feeling a South African connection for you too. I don't know if you live there, you know people that live there, if that's a vacation spot for you, or if that's something that you've always been interested in. So, okay, something with South Africa. Okay. This is what we are when all of the other stuff falls away. When we see the truth and we speak the truth of our true selves, this is what is there. It is a magical wand of intention, of attention, of focus and concentration. This is you concentrating your energy. You're pointing it at something, and your body, your heart, your mind, and your spirit are going in that direction. This is unity and concentration of will. Your will is one. Not two, it is one. Okay? And perhaps that's a reference over here to that Two of Swords, where we weren't sure which direction to take. That maybe this energy here is saying that, hey, we are curious in a lot of things. I wanted to do a lot of different things. I wanted to be a psychologist. I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to be a musician. I wanted to be, a business person. I wanted to be a celebrity. I wanted, we have all these different interests, right? But I think that what we do, in other words, by having so many interests, we kind of are locking ourselves up in that tower because we just say, well, I'm just an explorer. I'm just a visitor. I'm just a tourist. Right? I'm just kind of exploring other things, and I'm just dabbling in these things. I like to learn about a lot of different things, but what do I really want to do? Right? And that's where we need the commitment, and we have to kind of let everything else fall away and just do the thing we want to do. You want to be, the firefighter. You want to be the psychologist. You want to be the business owner. You want to be the celebrity. You want to be the musician. You want to be the teacher. You want to be all these different things, right? Some of those have to be let go of so that we can find the one thing that we want to do that we can take all the way to the top, that we can put everything we have in it and give it a real shot, give it a real go. Yeah. Because otherwise we're not so focused on any one of those things, we're not going to do it. It's almost like we enjoy the learning process more than we enjoy the doing. Okay? You have to find the one thing that is worth doing. We could learn about a lot of things, but we learn about those things, but do we really want to do it? Right? I wanted to be a chef. I love cooking. But then I realized I love learning about cooking, and I love cooking personally, but I don't think I want to do it as a career and try to really get good at it, in a professional kind of sense, right? But I still love it, and I still am interested in it, and I still love to cook. But that's not something that I could see myself doing long term in that professional way and sort of work my way up to the top, So I feel like that's kind of what we're unleashing right now from ourselves, is we're realizing what we can focus on. And it's like saying you're going to be this one thing, and you're going to get really, really, really good at it. Yes, you can still have all these other interests, but this is the one thing that you're going to commit yourself to, and this is your central focus. This is the thing that you're going to continue to work on and build it up, 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 up. Okay. And I feel like that's kind of the breakthrough too. Like you're realizing that one thing that you want to do, that world that you want to create, and you're giving it every single thing you have. Now in the environment, you've got Princess of Wands, you've got a little bit of this risk-taking energy. And I think this is perfectly fine, especially with our Princess of Swords. It's a calculated risk. You're not being reckless. You're being bold. Okay? You're taking chances. You're taking risks. You're saying like, I'm going to go on that big audition for that big role. Why not? Might as well try it, right? What's the worst that can happen? I can get rejected. Okay, fine. Who cares, This is that boldness. This is your willingness to take risks. This is your willingness to say, you're going to go for the gold. You're going to go for the big thing. You're going to, whatever this path is, you're going to do the challenging thing. And you're doing it because you're fueled, because you have this commitment and this desire and this overwhelming will to move forward. And it's given you the courage to try the risky thing. You're not going to go after the real small roles and say you're trying to be an actor. You're going to go after those really big roles somewhere. Might as well go audition for the biggest thing you can find. And then if you get rejected, which chances are it probably will, those other smaller things aren't going to seem so intimidating anyway, right? So I feel like you're allowing yourself to take risks, which means you're also allowing yourself to fail. You're allowing yourself to learn. I think you know how to learn. You know that we learn through doing, we learn through failing. We learn through trying and failing, right? And that should always be a learning experience. So it's kind of like the more we take calculated risks, the more we act boldly, the more we're going to learn. And the faster we're going to excel and progress at something, okay? Now the next card is the Temperance card. And to me, this is the card we don't want. Because to me, this feels like this is moderation. This is saying, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm not going to try to do anything too big. I'm going to take small steps because it's safe there. I want to take the middle road. I feel like this isn't your energy right now. I feel like you're going after the big thing. You want the major breakthrough. You want the big revelation. You're going after you're dreaming as big as you can. This to me kind of feels like I don't want to make it too spicy. I don't want to make it too sweet. I just want to kind of, so to me, this is kind of like we're toning it down. So there's less risk. We're toning it down so the gumbo that we're making is going to be acceptable to everybody. So I'm not going to make it too spicy. I'm not going to season it too heavily because I want to please everybody. This is kind of like saying, I'm going to instead of shooting for the stars, I'm just going to shoot for I'm just going to shoot for the light post or something, right? Like we're aiming low because it's more easily obtained. And I don't think this is your energy right now. I think this is why you're rejecting this. This card is in the position of what you do not want. Okay? And I think in a way that's kind of part of the fear. The fear is that sort of mediocrity. The fear, not so much mediocrity. The fear is that you're not aiming high enough. The fear is that you're setting the bar too low. And then you're going to jump over it. Okay, it was easy. I did it. Yay. Okay, the fear is that you are underestimating your own potential. So that's why the princesses are thinking big. That's why we've got the universe big. This is an infinitely large aspiration of yours. Okay, and of course, the Hierophant at the end shows that level of mastery. Okay, it shows that you are achieving an expertise in this. It shows that you have dreamed big, bigger than big, the highest dream you could think of. You've aimed for the most distant star, and you have hit. Okay? And it may take several tries. It may take a lot of practice, a lot of hard work, and a lot of discipline, a lot of practice, staying on the road and experience, but you're going to get there. Okay? You are going to get there. And this might be that breakthrough moment where you realize, oh, hey, okay, I've arrived. Okay, it depends on whether you've started doing this work or if you've yet to begin this particular concentrated effort, right? But you will achieve this level of mastery and expertise. And to me, this feels great. Let's look at the mystery card, shall we? I think maybe another Hierophant? Yeah, maybe some water. I feel like we need some water energy. Yeah, I feel like we need a little bit of that. We need that joy. We need like celebration time, If you have a prediction, put it in the comments below. Oh, it's another tower. Yeah, the breakthrough, it's closer than you think. Closer than you think. And maybe this is the revelation of what you want to do more than anything else. What you want to do, not what you want to learn about, what you want to know, who you want to be, but what you want to do is an active sort of thing to lead us forward. I feel like this is maybe talking about both of these things, that it has to come as an absolute surge of energy where it's like there is no doubt that I don't have to sit there and think, oh, is this the thing? Is this what I want to do with my life? No, this hits you and it's a revelation. This is what I'm doing with my life. And then I think we get that breakthrough with it. We got two towers now, right? It's kind of like it's two exclamation points. The first exclamation point, the first major change is when we have that revelation, I know what I want to do. And then we have this other revelation or this other breakthrough, this other exclamation point that is saying, hey, I put in the work, now I'm here. I've done it. I am that person. I am living that life. I am in that universe. And so this feels like we're getting both of these. Okay. I think this is really great. We're going to do an extended reading too. We'll do an I Ching reading. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Taurus, Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.